You said that you're going to hit 50 calories, right? And you're going to do
Hi guys,
election day.
welcome back to XCOM 2 War the Chosen.
University of Southern California looks like it hit.
Playing the core collection,
Thought, it just didn't gain
and the core collection is really good. I have to admit,
places that are more difficult, but I'll tell you this, the places
from things it fixes from vanilla, it's really good. My mod list, you guys should definitely check that out.
They're so oppressed, they're so intense, it's so dark, and people just want hope.
Yeah. Is this an election thing, or does this go on, Sean, beyond the election and beyond that?
Well, I mean, it started in 2020.
Right.
It was a total God thing, and we're just taking it as it goes. Right now, we're really focused on mobilizing until the National Mall 8 days before the election. Yeah. And we're praying that God does a miracle in this nation, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, you're a good man, Sean. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate your time.
Honored to be here.
We didn't want to stop looking for them. We have to find them. Some of the stuff I've been reading says that abducted children sometimes are killed within the first 2 hours, but mostly within the first 2 days.
That's a parent's worst one there, isn't it?
That is a clip from Life After Fighting, the upcoming movie about a martial arts instructor who takes on human traffickers when 2 of his students are abducted. And guess who features in the film? The owner of Logos Boxing Club here in Los Angeles and friend of Fox News at Night, Eddie Arazola. And if we knew you were such a big star, we would have been much kinder and given you much more respect all the time you've been on the show here. This is fantastic. Congrats about the movie. Tell us what it's about and tell us how you got this.
So it was a few
Let's
years ago.
see.
There was Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and Bren Foster, the writer and producer of the movie, we both posted, wearing blue and trying to support human trafficking movie. We realized that none of the people in Hollywood were really upset. They weren't really upset about the movement. They weren't promoting the activists that were always activated and weren't activated in this topic. So it kind of got into want to write the script and bring awareness to the cause, and human trafficking is one of the biggest businesses.
Till I upgrade my weapons, I can't do it.
So that was kind of the start of where this went, and then
That's the 2 DLCs. This one here is for the robot. This one here introduces there's bosses in this game. Once you smoke them, you get to wear their skin and have their abilities, so it's pretty fucking cool. So I like this game, man. It's really cool. So advanced, but so primitive at the same time. You know what I mean? And it's all in Name of Warfare, so it's all good. Hey, Mr. Gizmo, I love you. Who's my best dog in the wide world?
Force it into the light because most people just don't want to talk about it. Anytime you bring it up, it just gets, the subject changes, and Hollywood wants to, activate over everything except this subject. So we just took it into our own hands, and we decided to make a movie about it.
Yeah, I want to play one more clip if I can, and then we'll have Eddie's final thoughts on this.
40 years, I've had surgery after surgery.
A chance to show your stuff. It was kind of
well, that clip was mostly me getting beat up by Brendan.
Well, that's
No, it's look, the martial arts in this film, I can honestly say is going to be like nothing you've ever seen. There's no sped up footage. There's no wires. This is like the highest level martial arts you could possibly see. Right. We worked for months and months to go full speed without having to have a lot of misses. A lot of those hits are real. So. Expect something really special, and the message is incredible, and there's some really good acting in the film.
When does it debut?
June 7th, there's going to be US release, and in the UK, there'll be theater release here as well, and we're going to be streaming on different platforms. I guess that's up to the distribution, but I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Eddie Arazola, great to have you on. The best of luck to you, and thank you. You're a good man, boy. Coming up, Boy Scouts changing its name to be more inclusive. Good idea? Bad idea? What about the Girl Scouts? Should they also be mandated to include boys? Let us know why not. X and Instagram at Chris Gallagher. We will read the responses, your responses, coming up at the night.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now, here's Sky Rizzy. Things are looking up. I got some relief. control of my clothes means everything to me. Control is everything to me. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experience long-lasting remission in 1 year. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease. Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
You ever feel like you're all alone and no one cares about you? I want you to know something.
Recovered cargo. Oh, this could just be in the cargo.
God loves you, and you don't have to ever be lonely again. Because Jesus Christ can come and live inside of your heart and be your Savior.
The weapons.
And your Lord. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a relationship.
Oh, here we go. These are the weapons I'm looking for. I thought I put them on.
Jesus, I want you to come into my life. Forgive me.
Now we need the armor, so we don't get smoked. So we don't get smoked, Lope.
And you can know that
Let's see.
in this life and hope in the life to come. And if you prayed that prayer, let me send you a Bible at no charge to help you get started in your relationship with God.
At Consumer Cellular, we offer amazing 5G coverage, backed up by incredible customer service. But that wouldn't mean much without super low prices. You already know we're up half as much as the largest carriers. But guess what? AARP members can save even more.
And for a limited time, new customers get their second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Only 47. Aneurysm. Did he have life insurance? Do you? Oh, gotta get on it.
I agree.
Check out Select. Trust me, the peace of mind, worth it.
Life insurance is too important to put off another day. That's why Select Quote makes getting coverage you need easy for less than $1 a day. Now get up to a $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage. Visit SelectQuote.com. We shop, you're saying.
Emily, Alice, and Kaylee. They're taking on the hot topics with powerful perspective and smart insight. You'll only get on Outnumbered. Weekdays at 12 on Fox News Channel.
Introducing Mando, the whole body deodorant that I created with all body odor.
Two soldiers were sent to the training center and develop an even stronger bond. We continue to send them out together in the field, their effectiveness will only grow.
We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facilities further.
Our research was a success.
My goal is to reintegrate you into society as soon as possible. They come up with you're making a mistake. I see. Listen, I want to know exactly what's going on. You're mistaking dreams for memories. These aren't dreams. I know what they're doing.
Though I was never witness to one myself, countless observers attest to the existence of a much smaller, less intimidating variant of the sectoid that took part in the original invasion. In the time since, this new being, the product of clear genetic manipulation, is now a familiar face to our forces operating in the
Always done with a smile. Thanks to United Way, seniors like myself live in grace of dignity.
We're back to the Nightcap crew. Kevin Korb, Ashley Strohmeyer, Jill Simonian, Matthew Belinsky, Eddie Arzola, Sean Foyt, and Dee Sarton. Tonight's topic, Scouts Out. The Boy Scouts of America changing its name to Scouting America to be more inclusive. Thousands of girls have become Eagle Scouts since the organization started admitting them several years ago. The rebrand sparking interesting debate. If Boy Scouts are mandated to include girls, should Girl Scouts also be mandated to include boys? Why or why not, Ashley Stroman?
You know, I think if the girls want to do the things that the boys are doing, then why can't they just have the girls do the activities the boys do instead of integrating them with the boys? They're going to have plenty of time later on in life to integrate with the boys.
Yeah, I think it's a fair assessment. Kevin Court, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, should they all just be one scout?
Yeah, just make it all one big group. You're all Scouting America. Listen, I know some boys out there could probably sell some cookies, so why not?
Yeah, you're right. Are you kidding me? As a dad of 2 girls, I've sold a lot of cookies. A lot of cookies over the years. Eddie Arizola.
I think mix them definitely. If you could do one, you should be able to do the other. And I agree with the cookies as well.
Really?
Yeah, those cookies are delicious. Everybody should get an action.
Okay. Jill Simonian.
I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, and I have a lot to say about this, but I'll keep it short. This is an attack on our culture. It is. There is no reason why we need to try and make children believe that girls are not different from boys and boys are not different from girls. We are different by God's design. It is okay. Let us have those same-sex institutions where we can find camaraderie with each other and learn to work together from our differences.
Dee Sarton, follow up to that.
Okay, second verse, same as her first. I so agree with you. And, you know, I teach at a high school part-time. You should go and look at the cafeteria. Boys sit with boys, girls sit with boys, or girls sit with girls. Predominantly because you need your girl time, you need your guy time. And I agree so much that, yes, we can do things together, but let's not eliminate the genders. There's an important aspect of that I agree. God made us that way, and we shouldn't eliminate it from our culture.
Matt Walensky?
For centuries, mankind understood that it was proper to have single-sex spaces and that people benefited, both boys and girls benefited from that. Yep. All of a sudden, sometime around 2017, we monopolized wisdom and understood that we had been wrong this entire time. That's ridiculous. These are spaces that should be single-sex, and we should continue like that.
Sean?
I mean, boys do things that boys do, girls do things that girls do. They're different things. Yeah. And, I mean, this is how ridiculous it's getting. It's so dumb. Anytime you see a company say, in order to be more inclusive, it's just, they're done. They're finished.
I'm with you all. Girls need girls things, boys need boys things. They've got their own things. Let them go. We asked social media what they thought. X, yes. Should Girl Scouts be mandated to include boys? Yes on X. 54% on Instagram. Cable News Watcher says, didn't you watch the Brady Bunch? Peter was a sunshine girl. Big Mama says, Boy Scouts should be boys, Girl Scouts should be girls. Equal opportunities and experiences should be available to each group. CW Kevin O'Brien says, of course females should also have to register for the military draft as all males are required to do. Shelby Elizabeth, get rid of them both. They stopped teaching anything useful back in the 90s. Thank you all for watching America's Late News. Thank you for joining the Nightcap. And thank you guys for joining the Nightcap as well. I'm Trace Gallagher. I'll see you back here tomorrow.
You should be aware.
Bring into savings this moving season with Pause. Save up to 25% now on moving and storage and see why Pause has been trusted with over 6 million moves. But don't wait. Save up to 25% now. Visit Pause.com today. With Flonase, allergies don't have to be scary. Spraying Flonase daily gives you long-lasting, non-drowsy relief. Flonase, all good. Also, try our allergy headache and nighttime pills.
I'm Richard Card, and I love my hose. My hose is lightweight. My hose will not kink. And my hose is anti-leak. It ain't those old hoses. This is my hose. The new pocket hose Copper Bullet. Now infused with real
Thank you,
water, so your water is always clean and lead-free. Just turn on the water and watch your hose grow and grow to a full-size 3/4-inch hose. It stretches and expands like a rubber band. And when you turn off the water, away it goes, shrinking and squeezing that water out until it's practically bone dry. And that makes it easy to carry and put away. Our new inner tube uses 3 layers of high-strength latex on the inside. Then it's wrapped in a polymer filament jacket, similar to the technology used in forest fire hoses because it's light and tough, 3 times stronger than the other hoses. It's guaranteed for 10 years. Nearly impossible to tear or snag. And the redesigned connector protector helps stop leaks at the spigot. But my favorite part of our new hose build,
The oversized, easy-to-grip fittings. Easy on and off, even with gloves. With more than 100 patents worldwide, it's the best pocket hose in the world. Get the super light 25-foot pocket hose copper bullet today for only $29.99. But wait, call now and get our copper spray nozzle with our
Evan Priest to be a pain.
Simply use your thumb to turn off
Let's see.
And with 10 unique patterns, you'll have a setting for every job. It's a $30 value. Yours free with every 50-foot copper bullet. But it's not available in stores. This is an exclusive release of our newest pocket hose. There is a strict limit of 3 per order, so don't wait. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-709-4650 or visit copperbullethose.com. So call 1-800-709-4650 or visit copperbullethose.com. Order now.
She always thinks of others first, but for one day, it's all about her. Celebrate Mom and all she does with thoughtful Mother's Day gifts from WeatherTech. Treat her to laser-measured WeatherTech floor liners and cargo liner to keep her vehicle looking like new. Keep Mom's phone in reach with hands-free viewing with Cup Phone. She can feel like she's on cloud 9 with the anti-fatigue comfort mat. Or pick a gift card and let her choose. Find these American-made gifts Mom will appreciate all year long at WT.com. Happy Mother's Day from WeatherTech.
After 30 years of research, brain scientists have discovered the key factors that can cause mental decline and memory issues. Introducing NeuroQ, the breakthrough brain supplement that can help your memory, focus, and concentration to improve the quality of your life every day.
NeuroQ is the result of years of research studying the precise nutrients your brain needs to perform better.
In an internal study, 4 out of 5 NeuroQ users saw significant improvement in just 30 days.
I feel like it helps with my mental clarity and focus and getting things done, as well as my memory and recall.
Call or go online now to find out how you can try NeuroQ for $49.95. Plus, get free shipping. Act now, and you'll also receive NeuroQ's fast-dissolving Sleep Now oral strips to boost brain recovery while you sleep.
Go to trynq.com or call 1-800-721-2604. That's 1-800-721-2604. Order now.
Say yes. This is like the first time ever that I've been able to wear a bathing suit and feel great. Yes to confidence. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years. Take that anywhere in the body that's concerned. Once the fat is removed and burned away, that's it. It's gone. I have a plan company that I've had in 25 years. Schedule your free, no obligation consultation and find out how to get $250 off. Call or go to sonobello.com.
Introducing the all-new Theragun Relief by Therapon, FDA-registered science-backed percussive therapy that helps relieve aches, reduce tension, and ease stiffness. Plus, our patented triangle grip helps treat those hard-to-reach spots, made for the workout called life. Don't let discomfort and pain hold you back. Get your Theragun Relief for just $149, plus free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Call 1-866-312-5502 or visit therabody.com now.
Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld along with Judge Ginny Pirro, Marie Hart, Jesse Waters, and she had her family reunion in a shoebox. Dana Perino, the 5. Joe Biden's big anti-Semitism speech not stopping calls for the beheadings as Kappa Kappa Al-Qaeda gets in touch with their inner ISIS. Cops liberating George Washington from Occupy Hamas with D.C. police moving to dismantle GW's anti-Israel encampment, but not before the terror-loving dweebs got 2 weeks of cosplaying as the real thing, with literal calls to chop off the heads of school administrators. The freaks also beaming up pro-terror slogans on campus like, "Long live the student Intifada." Intifada, Jesse. So naturally, the squad is finding solidarity with protesters who harass Jews.
They have been arrested and charged with disproportionate offenses. They have been wrongfully smeared as anti-Semitic. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Police pepper sprayed, brutalized, and arrested non-violent student protesters at George Washington University at 3 a.m. This is an explicit attempt to repress students exercising their First Amendment rights.
All right, now due October 7th, you creeps. But at least there's one Democrat with a spine, John Fetterman, trying to smack some sense into the Hamas youth.
I'm not even sure what they're really, protesting about. If you ask them, they're not really sure. They can't, and now they're not talking about ceasefires anymore. And now they're talking about divesting and harming Israel and that. It's crazy. It's actually working against peace in Gaza. And Hamas is convinced that they've won the PR war. And they keep seeing all these kinds of protests across the nation on these campuses.
Jesse, I feel like the adults are coming home. You get this dad energy, this dad brain energy in the air, as if like together everybody's just said, we've had enough. Take your toys, go to your room.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of dad energy from Fetterman.
Yeah.
Who I totally misjudged. He sounds based. I'm very bad at math. Maybe you can help me out. All right? This is a little game we'll play. It's called the Simple Addition. How many hours do you think we've seen in riots from the left over the last month on campus? Talking about vandalism, resisting arrest, there's pepper spray.
300.
Let's just be a little more charitable. I'd say 12. 12 solid hours of actual left-wing violence, all right? Then let's add that to BLM. So that was 3 months. We had arson. We had 24 homicides. We had about $2 billion worth of property damage. And remember the 30-day siege in Portland. So I'm giving that maybe about 200 hours of left-wing political violence. And then just for fun, let's just throw in the Trump inauguration when they firebombed the limousine. Let's just say that's 3 hours. So according to my arithmetic, that would be 215 total hours of left-wing violence. Now, let's compare that to January 6th. I looked at the timeline. From 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So that's 5 hours. Okay, I'm not downplaying January 6th. That's political violence. 215 hours. According to my calculations, a little bit more than 5 hours.
Okay.
So, let's just look at the rhetoric, shall we? Yes, some people may have chanted, hang Mike Pence, and I condemn. But then I just heard, on May 6th, a lot of people heard guillotine, 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 off with their heads. I've also heard things like go back to the oven, from the river to the sea, and intifada. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, not intifada.
Right. Not enchilada, intifada. And not only that, you're seeing people align themselves with
Oops.
not just anti-Israel.
Just as I was gonna launch the grenade, okay.
I don't remember seeing a lot of people with Russian hats on January 6th. I didn't see a lot of pro-Putin people out there. So, and you know what? Let's just not count the urban warfare in the inner city because those aren't Republicans shooting up the place. But just to be fair, because I want to be fair to you. It's pretty clear that you cannot continue to say that right-wing violence is a major, major issue in the United States when the left is terrorizing the country almost every single day, every single year. And I've just had it because you put a target on everybody's back, and that has to stop. So I'm not downplaying January 6th, but you guys have downplayed your side. And it's time for you to admit that this is a dangerous, toxic, horrific movement that you have not done what you need to do, let's say. I rest my case.
Well, Marie, he's pointing this whole thing at you. You have a chance to respond.
Okay. So here's the difference. January 6th was encouraged by Donald Trump.
When he said peaceful?
When he said, go down to the Capitol, I'm going to be with you.
Be peaceful.
All of his...
Why do you avoid that?
Because, Greg, that does not erase the months of rhetoric where he was encouraging groups to protest the result of this election. No.
You hate
He took away, you hate a lot.
I'm actually saying what he said.
You ignore many of the words he said. And to bring this to today, though, the comparison, one of the reasons these protesters are out in the streets is Joe Biden is standing squarely by Israel. Joe Biden, John Fetterman, Tony Blinken, these are the people in the administration who are standing so squarely by Israel that a lot of progressives are angry at them. So the difference is Donald Trump encouraged political violence from his supporters on January 6th.
No, he did.
And Joe Biden is doing something these protesters are angry about.
because he's refusing to back away from Israel. And the one question he answered when he gave remarks last week was, have these protests changed your policy? And he said, no.
I don't think Trump ever encouraged people to get in other people's faces. Democrats did. No, he didn't.
100%.
Show me that clip. All right, I gotta go to Judge. We gave you your chance, Marie. Judge.
Look, you say that Joe Biden is refusing to change anything. Are you kidding? He's withholding the armaments. He is literally tying the hands of Israel behind their back. All of a sudden, Israel is being told how to fight a war that they didn't start, where 1,200 Israelis, mostly citizens, were massacred. And Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East, and yes, we are on their side. And then Joe Biden comes out. The only time we hear the truth is when he's not reading or mumbling on the teleprompter, and he's walking to Marine One and says, I condemn those who don't understand the Palestinians. No, Joe, when you read a teleprompter,
oh, as if you missed.
That are pro-Israel, but it's always too little, too late on virtually everything that he talks about. You know, Biden was so concerned about, what is it, white nationalism.
You missed?
Remember that one? We're going to have an investigation. We're going to send the FBI. This white nationalism.
First time I've ever seen a melee miss on my part when he's coiled around the guy. That's fucked up. Not like he's dodging.
Find out what's going on with these kids who's funding them, who's yelling guillotine, gallows, who's yelling to hang people, to destroy a country, river to the sea. This is about the elimination of the Jews in this country. And Joe Biden is the weakest president we've had. And the whole idea that Rashida Tlaib comes out and she says Netanyahu should be arrested. Oh, I'm going to say Netanyahu should be arrested. And they go on, and we're talking about disproportionate to these kids who are being arrested. With January 6th, where people are in jail for 4 years when they see trespass.
All right, Dana. So many things I want to ask you, but I think you should just. I think you have something.
Well, I feel like it's one of the things missing from this segment is just talking about what Biden is basically saying to Hamas, which is, hey, guess what? You guys now are in even a better negotiating position. And how do we know that? Well, right after the announcement made by Secretary Austin about the cut of the arms cut to Israel, Hamas released a statement, basically said Hamas is only willing to discuss the offer that they want and nothing else. And so Israel, once again, is being asked to shoulder all of this, trying to do the right thing by the Biden administration. I think they should have just done this whole operation faster, sooner, because here's the other thing. Rich Goldberg at Defense of Democracies, Foundation for the Defense of Democracies, he said that this whole, I think, the story about Biden holds up munitions for Israel, it says...
You missed. Everybody's fucking missing.
Dumb bombs. But actually, there are guided specific munitions that are ready to go, that are part of the new one, that they're holding back as well. And that's according to FDD. I don't have a personal source of the Pentagon to tell that, but Rich Goldberg's pretty good.
I'm gonna do melee again.
So if you want targeted attacks,
shotgun right next to you, buddy. You're twitching fuck now.
So that they can do that and you can protect more people. The other thing is 400 to 500 trucks a day of aid is going into Gaza. And still, the people of Gaza have their food because there's evidence that Hamas and UNRWA, some folks at UNRWA, the United Nations group that we pay for, are stealing the aid and they're also then reselling it on the black market and making sure that Hamas is fed first.
Yeah.
So free Palestine from Hamas.
You know, I think I learned something about medicine that from John Fetterman that, you know, once you recover from a brain injury, you also recover from leftism. I know. All right, up next, the media is going soft on Stormy's testimony.
I have a feeling I'm gonna lose this mission. Everybody's missing. Now the loss come out. Well, that took a fucking while for you.
Nutrition you need without the stuff you don't. So used to that.
All these games on DirecTV and no satellite on the roof. Think about this. Blue Jays, Cardinals, Orioles. What's missing? The Indian condor? No, walnut brain. Pigeons. They'd rather name a team after socks. To be fair, we're not very athletic.
You're happy and you know it's out your hands.
If you're happy and you know it, ride your bike. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it's not big and bright.
Thousands of kids just like me are happy every day.
And it's all because of generous people like you who support Shriners Hospitals for Children every month.
All you have to do is call the number on your screen or go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children is able to make an everyday miracle happen for kids like me. If you're happy and you know it, can't survive. If you're happy and you know it, let it start.
You're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it, take a shot.
And when you call or go online right now to donate $19 a month or more, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of all the smiles you're waiting to keep doing.
Shit, there goes my sniper.
Maybe the day you send your love to the rescue.
Doing extract knowledge. Thank God I get to keep my sniper. Sometimes they'll abduct the whole guy and there's a rescue mission later.
Just like Sarah. Your love we give today will change a life forever.
Well, at least he's gone. Fucking 1 health on the sniper. Oh my God.
Thank you. Please call or go online right now to give. If operators are busy, please wait patiently or go to loveshriners.org right away.
Stormy Daniels back on the stand. Inside her latest
Okay, you fucking prick.
cross-examination. Just
Shit.
the latest on Trump's New York trial tomorrow on primetime.
This is the most technologically advanced putter ever made.
When it comes to drugs, how much freedom is too much?
Put you.
Drugs are everywhere. Will my team feel free to say no around other kids? I didn't live drug-free when I was younger. You know, I admit that to my kids. Drugs worry me, but how can I feel free to talk about it with my kids?
Questions about drugs and kids? Call or chat to get real-time support.
My ammo's running low. You'll be fine.
Reading on the story program with my dogs, I read stories to them.
Go ahead.
My therapy dog said, I think it's a very big difference with day-to-day mental health. Thank you for your support of me. It allows our therapy dog program in years.
Somebody fears a mistrial. The media desperately trying to downplay the salaciousness of Stormy Daniels' hush money testimony, as legal experts warn it threatens to completely derail Alvin Bragg's case against Trump. Daniels will be back on the stand tomorrow, and after offering up explicit hungry testimony, so was she, that it provoked Trump's legal team to move for a mistrial and frustrated the judge, who disapproved of Daniels' behavior on the stand. The liberal press is now trying to act like it's no big deal.
It wasn't so salacious. She said the missionary position and she said the word condom. So that was basically it. I mean, she painted a picture which maybe none of us want to know of.
It wasn't graphic sexually. I think what Mika's don't know what I'm talking about. There were parts that you read and you go, ooh, what's Melania thinking about it? Or ooh, what's Ivanka thinking? There were things where she got into his personal life.
Other anchors are trying to portray the porn star as Sister Stormy.
She entered wearing all black, as if on her way to a funeral. The loose-fitting, plain black clothing draping from her shoulders to her toes suggested the modesty of a nun. The makeup was minimal, the way she and the other moms in her neighborhood might look when shopping at the local grocery store.
And the Democrat lawfare lovers getting robbed by a double whammy. The porn star case, probably the only Trump trial that gets a verdict before the election. And a federal judge in Florida delaying classified documents indefinitely over a myriad of issues. And it looks like Loverboy's in for a rough ride. Because Furious Fanny's about to go nuclear. The Georgia court will take up Trump's appeal of the Willis disqualification ruling, possibly delaying the election case. Marie, I'll start with you.
Thank you for giving me that chance.
Is this mistrial territory? Not that you care, because you just want something to happen before the election, but oh my goodness, how raunchy was it?
I don't think this is mistrial territory. The judge has already said that he wishes things had gone differently yesterday, but I'm sure Judge Janine will disagree with me.
She already did.
I can feel it. I keep saying, Democrats have said the whole time, we think voters should have all the information about the classified documents case, about the Georgia election interference cases. We think voters should have all that information and adjudicated before Election Day. That's important in our democracy. And I think it is frustrating to many people that this may be the only case, not because we're out to get Trump, but because these are serious allegations, serious indictments, and voters should have all the facts. And unfortunately, for a number of reasons, they probably won't.
Right.
Well, it doesn't take away that Donald Trump has been indicted with over 80 criminal charges that are quite serious.
Right. Well, voters, and Donald Trump is a voter, also deserve due process. That's important in a democracy or a republic. I bet you didn't even know we were a republic.
Oh my gosh. We could both take the U.S. citizenship test if we get that.
That's fine. That's fine. I know it because I've memorized it for Man on the Streets. Judge Janine, she says no mistrial. What do you say? First of all,
just threw her
I just threw my pen. Everybody gets it. They all know me out there. Here's the thing. Rashawn is blaming everything on the defense attorneys. He is saying, quote, he criticized the defense attorneys for not objecting at all. Now, why would he do that? Because he's trying to reserve himself for the appeal, trying to signal to the appellate judges it was their fault. But here's the problem. What's amazing is that the defense team objected to nearly every question. They objected to the testimony at large. They objected to the fact that it was irrelevant, that it was not probative, and that it was purely prejudicial a decade before the alleged crime that occurred in 2017. Now, when he comes out and he says, I'm surprised that there weren't more objections, and I think there were things better left unsaid. Judge, if you had any idea what you were doing, you would have stopped it, you would have called them up to the bench, you would have issued a curative limiting instruction right then and there, and you would have agreed to a mistrial, because I will bet my house, Jesse, this case is going to be reversed on appeal, starting with the judge not recusing himself, but this stuff, and it wasn't just missionary position, there was a lot more, and I'm not going to get into it. But there's a lot more, and I'll bet Fred gets into it, okay, that this jury should never have heard, they should never have been subjected to it. But remember, there are two juries here. There's a courtroom jury, and there is America, the political jury. This prosecutor is not playing to the courtroom, the prosecutor is playing to the American jury.
Dana P.
I would agree with that, and the thing is that the burning question and issue is, was it a legal expense or not? And they want to put him away for 136 years. It's very serious for President Trump and his team, his family, the cost of it, his supporters. But also sometimes I look at it and go, is this real life? Are we actually having to talk about this? Because if I were on the jury, I would say, I cannot believe, one, that I had to listen to Stormy Daniels. It's irrelevant. And two, I don't know, why am I missing work? Why am I having to sit here? If you don't even know what the crime is, Mr. Prosecutor, I would be furious. I'd want to go home.
Yep. And Trump can't campaign 4 days a week because of it, correct?
I love that this event with Stormy happened almost 2 decades ago. Yet, we're having this trial just months before the election. But no, we're not out to get Trump. It just so happens it falls during this time. And no. The number of charges is irrelevant if they're all the same charges. 80 times 0 is still 0. By the way, I always thought the missionary position is when you pray for sex. All right. here's some things. I'm going to get into the salacious details. I apologize in advance. I love how Joe Scarborough says he was worrying about what Melania here. Yeah, right, save it, you phony. Stormy claims that she blacked out in this tryst with Trump, but she wasn't on any drugs or alcohol. You blacked out without drugs or alcohol. Some of us call that sleeping. Now, it could be that you really blacked out after having sex with Trump, which is a compliment. Truly, he screwed the brains out of her. That makes him a sex god. I love that the big criticism, the juicy tidbit, Trump has separate bedrooms. I have an unspeakable truth for you. If you are lucky enough to have a guest bedroom, that often becomes a second bedroom. It's called the snoratorium. Not a testament to a bad marriage. It's the fact that there are sleep disturbances. When you're married to somebody for a while and somebody snores, they go to the other room. This, of course, presupposes that Trump sleeps, and we know he only sleeps in court. But you know what I love about the Dems, they asked for a circus, and they got one. The problem is they're the ones getting the clowns. You know, everything that I've heard makes Trump more sympathetic, more likable. And do you have a context at all for a tryst between a porn star and a billionaire? Do you have anything to compare this against? Stormy called it an imbalance of power. Well, duh. That's why you met him. If he were a mechanic, if he was a high school teacher, you wouldn't have run up and slept with him. It was all about the power. It was all about the imbalance. That's how this transaction works when you're a porn star. Sex god. Sex god.
All right, we have an alert.
Good transition.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene on the House floor right now. She's triggering a vote to oust Speaker Mike Johnson. The resolution was met with boos on the floor. It's unclear when the vote will happen, and we will keep you updated on that. But coming up next, Joe Biden's squad of liberal late-night jesters might be bailing on him.
Well done, Viv. You got the presents, the balloons, and the raptor cake. Now how about something to put a smile on your face? Aspen Dental provides complete, affordable care with dentists and labs in one place. Plus, free exams and x-rays for new patients without insurance. And 20% off treatment plans for everyone. Quality care at a price worth celebrating.
Nice shot.
One more way, Aspen Dental is in your corner.
For years, I've been sharing how Crepe Erase has helped my skin look smoother, firmer, and young. And now the system I've loved for almost a decade is even better.
Now you can transform your skin from this to this with new Crepe Erase Ultra. Crepe Erase really works. That's why real women have given it thousands of great reviews. It's the celebrity secret to younger and sexier looking skin.
Crepe Erase Ultra has taken years off my skin. The results have been magnificent.
And now, new and improved Crepe Erase Ultra is our best system ever.
It's clinically shown to instantly improve the look of dry, crepey skin.
Crepe Erase Ultra is something I recommend to my patients because it works.
And now there's more big news from Crepe Erase.
Introducing the Ultra Smoothing Neck Repair, an all-new breakthrough solution for the hard-to-treat skin on your neck. With age-defying results you have to see to believe. And you can get it today as a free gift with your order.
I mean, this might literally be a fountain of youth for the neck. The results are incredible.
Today, you can get the new Crepe Erase Ultra system for only $49.95. And we'll give you the Ultra Smoothing Neck Repair for free.
And we'll also give you this customer favorite, the luxurious 4-in-1 light smoothing capsules for your face. Free.
That little capsule is a power pack.
And to make this our best offer ever, when you order today, we're going to double your free gift, a $76 value.
There's never been a better time to try Crepe Erase. Get all this, a $143 value for only $49.95. Plus free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee.
If you're seeing the signs of crepey skin, don't wait. Now you can do something about it, and your results are guaranteed or your money back.
This is a limited time offer that will not last.
Call 1-800-915-8121 or go to CrepeEraseUltra.com. Order right now.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
I make my side firmer. Sleep Number does that. Now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery with the added adjustable base. Shop now at sleepnumber.com.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium MyPillows with all new Giza fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code for our $25 extravaganza. Order $75 and over, your entire order ships absolutely free.
When your home needs work, where do you go?
Angie.
Angie?
That's where Angie came in.
With Angie, find top-rated certified pros in your area. Plus, compare quotes and pricing to help you get all your jobs done well. Find top-rated certified pros in your area at Angie.com.
Joe Biden's Victory Coalition continues to hit some serious bean bumps. He's losing support from blacks, Hispanics, and now liberal late night seems to be bailing. Jon Stewart is saying out loud what a lot of liberals are privately thinking. Well, I know you don't want to say it because Trump is so scary, but he's so effing old. When you watch him on television, you're nervous, aren't you? I'm not saying that Biden can't contribute to society. He just shouldn't be president. And actor John Leguizamo is in a panic over Donald Trump's surging support from Latinos.
They take us for granted, man. Republicans are working hard. They were coming at us in WhatsApp with ads. They were coming at us in our Spanish language radio stations with all kinds of trigger words like socialism that triggers Cubans, Venezuelans, and Colombians. They talked our talk.
All right, Jesse, think about the fact that they're complaining about the Spanish language radio and WhatsApp and everything else. They could do the same thing, but they could. And maybe that's why he says the Democrats take us for granted. They're not working.
Ladies, you know how it is. When your boyfriend takes you for granted, you start looking for another boyfriend. And that's what's going on with Hispanics. Joe Biden doesn't call, he doesn't text, he doesn't take you out to dinner, he doesn't even notice when you get your hair done. You know who notices? Trump. He pays attention. And that's what's happening right now. So, right now, he speaks for a lot of Hispanics and Stewart speaks for a lot of liberals. Stewart's basically saying, he's really old. It's nerve-wracking watching him walk. And that's kind of funny. And it's okay to laugh at your guy. I mean, he wears special shoes. He eats ice cream. He has a note card that says his name on it. It's fine. You have to break the seal and laugh. The guy's just a politician. He works for you. There's nothing special. It's fine. You get a new one in there next time. But, I mean, we laugh at our guy constantly. He's hilarious. I asked him one time, I said, Mr. President, what do you do for exercise? You know what he said? I talk a lot. What? But that's what makes him funny. And Joe has his own little things that we laugh at. It's okay.
You know, Marie, you remember Clinton, Trump, late night hosts went after them, and we all loved it. What changed?
Well, first, I think that a lot of late night hosts feel like this is a different election. And I know everyone's going to yell at me when I say this, but that if Mitt Romney had won in 2012, I don't think people felt like there would have been a threat to our democratic values in our country. And I think they feel that now, that this election is different, that the threat of Donald Trump returning to the presidency is different. And I think that's why you see a lot of this. Jon Stewart, I think Jon Stewart's too old. I think Jon Stewart, I think that Jon Stewart, he was, there's a lot of people who feel like, particularly his old show, and the new one too, it's this like holier than thou, very performative, progressive, and not sort of taking a step back. And
I definitely need another engineer.
Yes, Biden is older than people would like. But let's keep our eye on the prize here. This isn't about Jon Stewart. It's not about trying to get viewers. You should have stuck to helping the 9/11 responders and veterans get health care.
Okay, so you're a humorist.
Am I?
Yes, and the truth is that there is so much to use. The stumbling, the mumbling.
But it's a threat to democracy, and nothing's funny about that. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter who is the Republican. It's always going to be the end of the world, right? If it wasn't for Trump, it was going to be climate change, right? That was the end of the world for a while until Trump came along. There are a couple of problems, not really. There's a couple of problems with what Stewart's saying. A, everybody's already saying he's a little late. This is about as edgy as a soggy beanbag. And two, he's leaving
Cheers, guys.
off the hook on policies and principles. Biden's actual substance is actually worse than his age, in my opinion, and I think it's the opinion of a lot of very smart, sensitive people out there. Stewart does something that I thought was really lazy. He mocks the anti-woke movement, the same movement that shared the risk fighting cancel culture while he was sleeping it off in his Upper East or West Side panic room. He's like a guy that emerges from a bunker after his comrades have fought the battle and won, and he looks out and he goes, could have been that hard. Yeah, because we did the work while you were gone. How can you say that the woke had no people had to change how they spoke at work? Anyone with an HR department knows this. Anyone whose company implemented DEI understands how that affects the way they think and the way they do their job. College campuses, obviously. High schools with their teachers. College athletes having to put up with you-know-what runs with trans. Where the heck have you been, John? I mean, you've been sunning yourself with Howard Stern and Jimmy Kimmel? They're all plagued by this weird kind of, they're in that little bubble and they're struggling to find answers and they can't get out.
Dana, why is Joe Biden competitive at all? I mean, Trump is leading him on every issue. 35% of Americans approve of his job performance and 81% think he's too old for another term.
Well, I think that if you're a Republican, you think, how in the world could anybody believe what the Democrats believe? And the Democrats look like Michelle Kavinsky that we talked about yesterday, that the Republicans like, how can you actually believe that? Because we just have different ways of looking at things. And the truth is, we are pretty much a 50-50 nation, although there are slightly more Democrats than Republicans. There are more independents than all of them.
Oh, right on.
And one of the reasons that Joe Biden is losing Hispanic voters and Trump is competitive with them is that for a long time, yes, the actor is correct. The Democrats take them for granted. You hear that from them. But also, the Hispanics are people and voters, and they are workers, they're moms and dads, they're teachers, they're employers, they're managers, they're building businesses. And they're mad about inflation, and they're worried about the border, and they're upset about crime, and they're looking at their housing costs and shelter costs. And President Biden put all the chips on electric vehicles and told them to like it. And they're not going to put up with it. And so when you see the RNC having a little bit more of a concentrated effort, it's not just the ads, it's that the ads are meeting the voters where they are, which is mad at Joe Biden. Then on the humor thing with Late Night, I think this all started in 2009, January 21st, 2009, when Barack Obama won. Remember, they never make fun of him. Yeah. We've done this show for 14 years. Saturday Night Live, they never actually had somebody that would actually make fun of him. They would use him. In fact, Barack Obama knew this so much so that he made fun of the press and the comedians for not making fun of him because he knew that they wouldn't do it. All right. Up next, yeah. Murray's like, I know that's true.
All right. Up next, Gavin Newsom just embarrassed himself, and it's all thanks to Joe Biden.
There are certain eras in American history that define us, where fortunes were made, rules were broken, and legends, they were born. This was an age of outlaws and lawmen. Business is done here. And that's where the fun begins. Start free. This is Outlaws and Lawmen. Now streaming on Fox Station.
What if you could whiten your teeth by simply brushing your teeth? Now you can With Smile Actives, the teeth whitening breakthrough that safely gets your teeth white and keeps them white every day, just by brushing your teeth.
I never thought that whitening my teeth could be so easy. I just gel the brush, the toothpaste on it, brush, and I can see my white teeth.
Simply add Smile Actives to any toothpaste, and our patented PolyClean technology activates into a powerful microfoam that penetrates into the enamel surface to safely lift and remove stains.
You need a simple way to whiten your teeth without strains, without trays, without going to the dentist. And has developed that you would be able to do that with just brushing.
And now Smile Actives is even better with new Pro Whitening Gel with 33% greater whitening power, clinically shown to whiten teeth faster, up to 8 shades. 100% of users saw whiter teeth. On food stains, coffee and wine stains, even on veneers, crowns, and dentures.
I eat the blueberries, I drink the coffee, and I know that Smile Actives will keep my teeth white every day.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Why spend hundreds of dollars for whitening treatments at the dentist when now you can whiten your teeth with new Smile Actives Pro Whitening Gel every time you brush your teeth? Call or go to smileactives.com and for a limited time get new Pro Whitening Gel for $24.99 next 5 minutes. And then get one absolutely just $24.95. That's 58%. Even include free shipping. Get your teeth whiter. Return it within 60 days for your money back.
I smile.
The difference is literally night and day.
So now I'm always choosing because now my teeth are much whiter.
This offer is not available in stores, so call or click now before the special buy one get one free offer goes away.
Gravite, the new cologne for men by Particle. A powerful, unforgettable scent that lasts all day. Wear it day or night, work or play. Gravite, the new cologne for men by Particle. Get 25% off using the promo code. Free shipping plus 30-day money-back guarantee.
Our courses will need to be especially vigilant.
Have you ever thought of getting a walk-in tub for you or someone you love? Now is a great time to take a look at getting a SafeStep walk-in tub. With SafeStep's standard heated seat and new fast-fill faucet, you can enjoy a nice warm bath up to 20% faster.
And the convenient touchpad control is right at your fingertips.
Each tub comes standard with a dual hydrotherapy system. The 10 water jets can help increase mobility, relieve pain, boost energy, and improve sleep, while the MicroSoothe advanced air therapy system oxygenates and softens skin.
SafeStep walk-in tubs are built to maximize safety, so you can stay in your home and enjoy the comforts of bathing again.
So call now for more information and a free, no-obligation consultation.
Call now, 1-800-5975-36. There's never been a better time. That's 1-800-5975-36.
You're so big. You got that heart and made it go, baby.
Not so slick after all. California Governor Gavin Newsom is getting roasted online after posting a misleading video bragging about how the Golden State is breaking in record-breaking tourism. Watch this.
So I'm up here on the iconic Golden Gate Bridge. Over $150 billion of tourism spent, unprecedented in our state's history. If you haven't had the chance to see the magnificence, the beauty of our great state, it's time to visit California.
So here's what Governor Gavin Newsom conveniently forgets to mention is that when those numbers are adjusted for inflation, tourism spending in California is actually down 14% from its peak in 2019. And from the top of the Golden Gate Bridge, Newsom probably couldn't see what his state really has to offer tourists, like homelessness and rampant drug use in the streets, and this shocking video of Los Angeles bus driver getting attacked over a fare dispute. That is pretty awful. Greg, let me go to you, resident California.
Yeah.
From before.
California is like a supermodel. It's full of natural beauty. So you overlook the drug habit, the shoplifting. The cost of living with this supermodel is ridiculous. In a way, red states are like They're not like supermodels. They're just really good-looking chicks with a good job, a good sense of humor, and know how to have a good time and don't mess up the living room. Gavin takes credit for California, but he takes credit for the things that were already there well before Gavin was even born. The Golden Gate Bridge. These are things that he did not bring to the
There's
table.
a ton of people in this city. About 4 or 5 sitting right there.
Not because of Gavin. God knows what would happen to the natural beauty of California. These ideas of lawlessness, homelessness, and drug addiction spread. I mean, it's a big state, California, but when you often go there to and from the airports or to the downtowns or the boardwalks or the hotel districts, you see what the tourist sees first. But it's good if you fly private because then, Napa is still nice, Carmel, Marin County. Go to Coachella, get backstage. No one will bother you. No one's shooting up or pooping in front of the French Laundry. So you're good there. For the rest of us, the Golden Gate's like a golden shower.
And Jesse, you said you weren't very good at math, but in California, the spending on tourism is not the only thing that's gone down, but people are basically having to spend so much more because of the new minimum wage law that they're figuring out a way to actually spend less.
Well, California is still #1 tourist destination of all 50 states, still the #1 economy of all 50 states. They have the best terrain, towns, women, food, weather. But I'm with Greg. It's like a supermodel that started letting herself go. You see the bunions on the feed? Maybe she stopped flossing, stopped exercising.
She's on meth, is what you're saying.
She looks good, a little haggard. What she needs is a little self-care. And the politicians like Newsom need to give California, who's been blessed, let's be honest, my God, a little self-care. Diet and exercise, a little self-discipline, and then California can get back on the cover of the swimsuit edition where she belongs.
Judge, the other thing that we've been talking about is that there were 900,000 signatures to get Prop 47 off repealed, and they want to put that on the ballot. And Gavin Newsom is actually fighting very hard against that. Yeah. It could actually help him.
Yeah, it could help him, but you see, Gavin Newsom is all about, promoting himself and not dealing with the real issue of crime. You'll say crime is going down when the truth is, when I was looking at those videos, I couldn't help but think about the Tenderloin district where kids on their way to school have to have a security guard or someone take them, to school because it's so traumatizing to see people shooting up and doing everything they do there. And, he can talk about how great California is, but you've got 7-Eleven, Target, all these companies have moved out. Subway, Denny's, Macy's, Taco Bell, In-N-Out, Starbucks, Whole Foods, Nordstrom. They love California too, but it's just a mess. People can't survive there.
Yeah, Marie, he didn't go and do this event in Oakland. That's true. But look, voters in California don't think that the Republican Party there has any solutions to these problems either. These are long, decades-long problems. We're looking at the homeless crisis, the crime. Gavin Newsom is in many ways, I think, it's hard to call him a rising star because he's the governor of California, but I think he is the potential national Democratic voice. But navigating some of these tricky issues in California is going to be a key part of that. Look, some of the tourism numbers are good, actually. They created 64,000 new jobs in 2023. 98% of the pre-pandemic tourist jobs are back. Those are good numbers for California. There's not all bad news there. But if Newsom's going to make that jump to be a national Democratic leader, which I think he can, we've seen him perform against people like Ron DeSantis, right? He has to address some of these issues in California that are just real lightning rods. But there is some good news there. You don't think DeSantis mopped the floor with him? No, I don't. Wow, Marie. This is the divided America. I think it right there. We've seen it. All right, Fox News alert. Yes, we brought this to you earlier. The House is now voting to kill Marjorie Taylor Greene's resolution to remove Speaker Mike Johnson. The Greens' effort is expected to fail. This is a little bit performative. Apparently, when she introduced it, there were a lot of boos on the floor, and I don't mean alcohol. I mean boos, as in thumbs down. The fastest is up next.
We have a visual presentation on the VIP. Getting that VIP to the extraction point supersedes all other priorities.
I spend a lot of time thinking about dirt at 3 in the morning. Any time of day. What people don't know is that not all dirt is the same. You need dirt with the right kind of nutrients. Look at this new organic soil from Miracle-Gro.
Everybody should have it. Great.
This is as good as gold in any garden. If people only knew that it really is about the dirt.
You're a dirt nerd.
Huge dirt nerd. I'm proud of it.
Hi, I'm Greg Lauren. Could you use some good news in a bad world? I've got some good news for you. God loves you, and He has a plan for your life. But there's some bad news. The bad news is we've sinned against God. We've broken His commandments. But here's what God did. He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die on a cross for our sins and rise again from the dead. Listen to this. If you ask Jesus to come into your life, your sin is forgiven and you'll go to heaven. If you want Jesus to come into your life, just pray a prayer like this. Jesus, come into my life. Forgive me of my sin. I've fallen short of your glory. I want to know you. I want a relationship with you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. If you just prayed that prayer with me, call that number or text that number on your screen right now.
Before Apoquel Chewable for allergic itch, giving dogs pills was a battle of wits. Oh, Maria, I wanted to your foolish game.
Is it gone?
Totally gone. Itch relief just got easier. Apoquel, the trusted #1 treatment for allergic itch, is now available in a tasty chewable that works in a day.
Do not use in dogs with serious infections. May cause worsening of existing parasitic skin infestations or pre-existing cancers and serious infections. New neoplasias have been observed. Do not use in dogs less than 12 months old.
Ask your vet for Apoquel Chewable.
Do it.
Paris Faulkner puts America's news in focus. Is the Faulkner Focus. Weekdays at 11 on Fox News Channel. Why choose a Sleepwalker Smart Bed?
Can I make my side softer?
I like my side.
Oh, hey. Moving out. Hey, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving by Volvo, extra names?
No. Could I get a burger if it's not life?
If you're a better driver when you're high, think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Matt Canada.
Just keep over that. Big giants, squares, 12. Not trying to lie, you guys don't come out. How's it going? Strangely. Hi.
Hi.
How was that?
Awesome.
Security.
Does it feel real?
That won't sound like a stranger. To make you feel as if
Last 2 years that I've been on my own, it's been really challenging in order to make ends meet. You know, the agency that I deal with for things like food, keeping the cost of food down, help with groceries and other necessities that it gets to always done with smile. Thanks to United Way, seniors like myself live in grace and dignity.
Welcome back. Time for the fastest. First up, would you put pickles in your Dr. Pepper? A Mississippi mom is racking up millions of views after encouraging people to try this very unusual combination.
Do y'all like pickles? Do y'all like Dr. Pepper? Yes, ma'am. I need to get a large Dr. Pepper with pickles. So this right here is a pickle Dr. Pepper. And don't knock it till you try it.
Don't knock it until you try it. Well, we are going to do just that and try it right now. Jesse, this is not your first Dr. Pepper with pickles experience, though.
I had one yesterday.
And
I'm not going to drink it out of a straw. That's Tribe Producers. That's for women.
I love women
this.
today.
It's delicious. No, men don't drink from straws. Greg knows the rules.
Really?
Yes, Judge. Really?
Are they written
and
somewhere?
it is. Don't knock it till you try it. So America, try it. It is delicious.
Anyone else think it's delicious? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Can you taste the pickle?
Yeah, you can smell it. I can taste it.
And
Just anything that comes from TikTok.
What?
This is replacing. Remember when your mom used to say, if your friend said jump off a bridge, would you jump off the bridge? Now it's like, if you see it on TikTok, are you going to do it? Is this how we ended up with pineapple on our pizza? You know what? I mean, what's that Cool Whip on a prime rib?
Right. This is stupid. Let's do Tide Pods later. You're going to love it.
Would anyone order this at a restaurant?
No. With my children.
For you or for them?
Both.
Okay. Thank you for
But
clarifying.
what would Emma say?
I don't think she'd like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
She told me that Jesse Jr.'s favorite drink is water.
Well, he's a big water guy. And water, I don't know if everybody knows this, but it really improves your skin.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for telling us. Do you want to apologize anyway?
Oh, yeah, I do like to make an apology. The last segment I said something that I didn't mean.
You meant it.
There was a lack of understanding.
You meant it.
Women with bunions, it's not because they have let themselves go or for hygiene, perhaps. It's a genetic thing. So for all of you bunion-having women, I'm sorry you were born that way.
No, they're not born that way. It happens when they get older. They can't help it.
But either way, they can't help it.
But you meant it when you said it. Admit that.
I thought it was just a gross thing that developed in your foot from not showering. Okay, all right, whatever. It's like athlete's foot for women.
Oh, it is.
Fine, I don't even know what a bunion is. I don't know it's a cord.
You're just digging a bigger hole.
All right.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm saying you're sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Drink Dr. Pepper.
I'm not Dr. Pepper.
On that note, one more thing is up next.
Someone needs to customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Wait, there's an elevator? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Does your windshield have a crack? Trust Safe Light. This customer had auto glass damage, but he was busy working from home. So he scheduled with Safe Light in just a few clicks. We came to his house. Then when we got to work, we replaced his windshield and installed new wipers to protect his new glass. It's great. Thank you.
Oh boy.
We come to you for free. Schedule now for free mobile service at SafeLight.com.
Safe Light repair, Safe Light replace.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, ride your bike. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it's not big and bright.
Thousands of kids just like me are happy every day.
And it's all because of generous people like you who support Shriners Hospitals for Children every month.
All you have to do is call the number on your screen or go online to loveshriners.org right now with your monthly gift.
Because of people like you, Shriners Hospitals for Children is able to make an everyday miracle happen for kids like me. If you're happy and you know it, dance around. If you're happy and you know it, play a song.
If you're happy and you know it, and your face will surely show it.
If you're happy and you know it, take a shot.
When you call or go online right now to donate $19 a month or more, we'll send you this adorable Love to the Rescue blanket as a thank you and a reminder of all the smiles you're bringing to kids' faces every day.
Well, today be the day you send your love to the rescue.
When you call the number on your screen right now and give as little as $19 a month, just 63 cents a day, you'll be making a life-changing difference for a child, just like Sarah.
Your monthly gift today could change your life forever.
Because of you,
we are happy and we know it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please call or go online right now to give. If operators are busy, please wait patiently or go to loveshriners.org right away.
I love Maydan. I love what Maydan represents.
You would think a pan is a pan until Maydan came along, and I went, wow, these things are something better.
I love that I can trust Maydan. Very rarely do you find cookware that can both be used in the home and professionally.
Those are the pans that we use every day. We're going to have the best pans in the world at one of the best restaurants in the world.
Upgrade your kitchen today at madeandcookware.com. South Dakota has the blueprint for success. Recently, we led the nation in new home building.
But we're still growing so fast. We need to hire more builders to keep up. So I'm pitching in. South Dakota is the freest state in the nation. We have no state income tax, and we offer apprenticeship training. So you can get right to work.
South Dakota. Freedom works here.
We're going to call that a skylight.
As news breaks, Fox News is reporting live.
Daniel's cross-examination will continue. DC police have been clearing out this encampment that had been taking place now for a little more than 2 weeks. Mediators met with both parties from Israel and Hamas to see if they could come up with a deal.
Only on Fox News Channel.
Fox News alert, the House overwhelmingly voting to kill Marjorie Taylor Greene's attempt to yank Johnson out. It's time now for one more thing. I get to go first. Tonight, we got a great show. But we always have a great show. Ben Shapiro, Jim Florentine, Cat Tim Tires, watch that. Hey, let's do this. Greg's camping tips. You know, I go camping a lot, and the problem is the people who camp next to you, sometimes you kind of get in each other's space, like what happened here. Got kind of ugly. They were fighting over a spot that they had planned to have for a little later at the Brisbane River in Australia, but they just wouldn't stop, would they? You know what's interesting about them? Afterwards, they kissed and made up, and now they run a bed of breakfast in Sydney, Australia. Judge?
Okay, so check out this hilarious video where a brother thinks his sister's pregnancy announcement onesie is a gift for his cat. Take a look.
Oh my God, let's go!
Jack, it's not for the cat.
Oh, that's cute.
It is cute. It's cute. Dana, what do you have that?
I have Dana's Fox News alerts without the little bells and whistles because this public service reminder comes after an Arizona Humane Society resident rescued a pair of kittens. Okay, to take to the Humane Society, like they really need to find a new home, and it turns out they were little gray foxes. Yes, and so they are going to be rehabilitated and released back into the wild when they are old enough.
That was pretty foxy.
Yeah. All right, Jesse, what do you got?
Here's a new trust test with husbands and wives. Can the wife from behind slap the can off the husband's head with a belt?
Oh, no. Oh, I love this. You do? Yes.
Imagine the genders were reversed.
That's right.
This is a TikTok. This is the TikTok. But we can't wear glasses.
We're going to try that tonight.
I love that.
All right, tonight.
Okay, Judge, let's have the wife do that, sit there, and let the guy do it.
Yes, I'll do it. I'm going to let her glasses.
Yeah, great.
Okay, this is a different husband and wife story. A woman planned a one-of-a-kind birthday party for her Costco-loving husband. She arranged for his family and friends to be at the store for multiple run-ins during their shopping trip. He couldn't wrap his head around the coincidence even when he saw his mama appearing to push a cart. Eventually, it was revealed to be a surprise 27th birthday party with a cake, clown, and balloon animals in the Costco food court.
That is pretty clever.
That's what on their show.
And I don't get any ideas.
He dressed up for it, too.
All right, that's it for us. Have a great night.
Welcome to Jesse Waters Prime Time tonight. The violent revolution continues. Journalists catch a beatdown.
The cross-exam, boy, her responses were disastrous.
Some of what she said might generate a little sympathy for Trump. We're only halfway through cross-examination. It could get worse.
The media rains on Stormy's parade.
What game now are you talking? I thought the Masters was finished. Pretty sure the Super Bowl, I watched that already too. Can a girl not just go for dinner without a game?
Women and sports. There it is.
Like, what are you talking about? Does it ever end?
Plus one. The Moss Riders are out for blood. They started off hijacking buildings, yelling slurs, and threatening violence. And now they're attacking reporters, slugging cops, and stockpiling weapons. Over 2,500 protesters have been arrested since the college takeovers kicked off. That's twice as many people arrested for January 6th, for those of you keeping score at home. Local and state police conducted late-night raids in multiple campuses. At UMass Amherst, cops in riot gear marched into the encampment and handcuffed 130 protesters. Who do you protect? 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 George Washington University in D.C. has been occupied for protesters about 2 weeks. They planted foreign flags, desecrated statues, and called for the beheadings of the school's president and board. Riot squads were finally given the green light in the dead of night. They made the decision to breach the wannabe terror camp after getting some intel. The protesters were gathering items that could be used as weapons and plotting to break into buildings. Cops deployed pepper spray after getting punched. The squad calls that police brutality and says Arab Spring break's just the beginning.
Students have been violently beaten without provocation. They have been arrested and charged with disproportionate offenses. They have been wrongfully smeared as anti-Semitic. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! I wanted all the Democrats and Republicans to know they cannot arrest their way out of this growing dissent.
Mostly peaceful students who love Jews? I don't think so. Punching cops isn't peaceful, and Hamas headbands are anti-Semitic the last time we checked. To be fair, some protesters have kept it civil, and we respect that, like the hunger strike in Princeton.
Exhausted. I literally think we're not. You can see we are both cold and hot at the same time.
105 hours is 4 days without food, not even birthday cake. That is a committed hunger strike. And a great way to get rid of the freshman 15. Not that she needs to. She looks great. In Ohio, protesters graffitied a building, but when a contractor painted over it, they wouldn't move. Watch. Some of this seems silly, but some campus caliphates are hosting seminars on hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, right. Something base class. Some coverage. But it's so bad. Oh, you touched my finger? Oh, no, sorry. No, I'm not sorry. But you touched my finger.
That's self-defense, not assault. You got one to get. That was the UCLA's so-called self-defense class. But why are students being trained to fight if this is a peace movement? At Emory University in Atlanta, drones fly what appears to be a battalion of students training on how to hold the line against riot cops. Maxine Waters, no relation, told us Trump voters are training for violence in the hills. We haven't found any evidence of that. But if there was tape of guys in MAGA hats shadowboxing in the quad, that would have played on loop until the election. The Arab Antifa might look goofy and weak, sprinting around with homemade shields and helmets like a Renaissance fair.
But these videos are reminiscent of Al-Qaeda training videos we watched during the War on Terror. Remember those? Angry, unathletic, skinny little men who, with strength in numbers and a little determination, can pack a powerful punch. They only have to be right once. The campus caliphate's growing and can be dangerous, like when they seized a building at Columbia and held a janitor hostage. He's scared to go back to work.
I was ready to go to work. And last minute, I said, no, I'm not going. I'm not going. I got bad vibes for some reason, and I said, you know what? And I called out late. I said, I'm not going. I said, I'm not going in. I don't feel comfortable. And then today, I was on campus earlier, and then I see the protesters again. And I'm like, I thought they were gone. You know, they're still here. And then they said, oh, well, they're going to plan something big at 4 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going home. Right? I want no part of it. Like, what are they still doing there? People don't feel comfortable walking through a mob to punch in to get into campus. That's crazy.
In Portland, at least 15 squad cars were torched. Look at that. An anarchist group took credit for the attack, said they did it in honor of the student protesters. At the University of Washington, Black Bloc Antifa descended on an event hosted by Turning Point. Fraternity brothers were the first line of defense, challenging Al-Qaeda Antifa to a push-up contest.
They're challenging Antifa to a push-up contest. This is unbelievable. Wow, I never thought I'd see this. Antifa is being challenged by frat boys to do push-ups.
Antifa didn't drop and give him 50. Instead, they chose violence.
Wow. Absolute melee. Gabriel Jones throwing punches. Gabriel Jones throwing punches. Wow. 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 This is untenable.
Investigative journalist Jonathan Cho was on the scene. Antifa didn't like that. They put his home address on signs so everybody would know where he sleeps.
This is... Don't trip there, girlfriend. Don't trip. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh! Oh, look at this.
Excellent.
Look at the shield. You've allowed Looney Tunes to take over this entire campus. I know. This has my dress on it. Hey, look at my dress.
That was a good mission.
That's how the dogs me.
But they didn't have to wait for Cho to get home. The agitators attacked him and his crew the second they got a chance.
Right there, you have outside agitators like Antifa who are 40 years old, losers with no job. Go back to Reddit.
Jonathan Cho is an investigative journalist and TP USA Frontlines reporter who joins me now. Just out of the blue, did you hear anything from the American Association on your side saying this has been an unfair...
Right on. This is the first time these guys ever got paired up.
I'm pretty much on my own. And again, as you saw, if we didn't have those courageous security guards with us, it would have been a far different outcome.
How many guys were there in that Antifa block?
Look, here's how it all started. I pretty much was in the quad yesterday, getting B-roll video, and then I happened to stumble across one of the tents that said, "Death to Fascists." There was a big sign there. I started recording, then I started to see 1, 5, 10, 15, 20 guys all blacked up, wearing black armor. They started following me. We started recording. We were trying to leave
That's when the melee broke loose. This situation is untenable and out of control. Antifa, the far-left activists, the professional agitators have infiltrated a U.S. campus, in this case the University of Washington in Seattle.
Boy.
So they have all sorts of padding and helmets. Do they have weapons? It looks like they're wielding the umbrellas as a weapon.
They have umbrellas, they carry bear mace. I have no doubt they have knives, thank God. We didn't see anything like that being pulled out. But again, this is how they play. All as a mob. They don't go one-on-one at us. They send 10, 20 guys at us at once, and we're totally outnumbered 3-1. It's my 2 security guards. I'm on my own. Look, I was not instigating at all. I was just simply defending myself and had to take off as usual.
What is it about Antifa that they don't want to show their face?
You know, that's a great question. I mean, again, these are not students. The vast majority of the folks now in the quad at the University of Washington campus are older folks in their 40s, maybe mid-40s. These are professionals, so they don't want to show their faces. They probably have, you know, jobs at the local grocery store, gas station, or even Starbucks. I have no idea. But again, these are also some of the folks that I did recognize who didn't have masks on. These are the folks I saw 4 years ago during the height of the BLM riots in 2020. The same agitators are now here on the quad.
Right, and every time they are unmasked, not to be mean, it's just not the most delightful looking photo that I've seen, to put it mildly. I'm glad you're okay. You're the one that needs self-defense training. You see all of them out there in the quad learning. I mean, this is, you didn't expect this when you went into journalism, did you?
Yeah, look, let's just say I've cracked a few skulls in my day, so I'm going to be just fine there. But this is absolutely scary stuff. I didn't realize that after 20 years in American journalism that I'd be, you know, doing hand-to-hand combat with these idiots in black bloc.
No, they're a bunch of animals. Do you think this is getting better or worse?
This is getting worse. And at the end of the day, the headline here is the UW leadership and administration failing to protect students and people walking through this public space. If they're afraid to take action, then the Governor Jay Inslee, needs to come out here, call in the National Guard, and clear this place out. It is a woke cesspool now infected with Antifa scum.
Yeah. You cannot have people that don't go to the school, 40 years old, dressed in all black in riot gear with face masks and weapons, pitching tents and assaulting people on campus and not do anything about it. That is absolute insanity.
Cool.
I'm glad you're okay. Just keep getting this great video. It's brave and it's important.
Thanks for amplifying the story, Jesse.
Fox News alert. Joe Biden's currently withholding military
What
aid to
the
our ally
fuck?
Israel in the middle of a war against Hamas because of political pressure from radical students. Right now, Israel's on the cusp of going
This is
into
insane.
southern Gaza, the final battle of the war. Hamas is entrenched among the Palestinian civilian population, has nowhere else to go, and still refuses to return hostages or agree to a ceasefire. And just moments ago on CNN, Joe Biden threw the protesters a bone, declaring that Israel would never receive these American weapons if aid went into Rafah. Watch.
I made it clear that if they go into Rafah, they haven't gone into Rafah yet. If they go into Rafah, I'm not supplying the weapons that have been used historically to deal with Rafah, to deal with the cities, that deal with that problem. This is wrong. We're not going to supply the weapons and artillery shells used that have been used.
Artillery shells as well.
Yeah, artillery shells.
The weapons Biden's withholding have already been approved by Congress and are precision munitions, exactly what Israel needs to launch smart strikes against Hamas targets with as little collateral damage as possible. This is exactly the opposite of what Biden declared Israel's mission should be, remember?
Do you believe that Hamas must be eliminated entirely?
Yes, I do.
It's now clear that President Joe Biden's withholding military aid from an ally to help win an election. The exact same thing Democrats accused Trump of doing and impeached him for. Stormy Daniels, illegal aliens, and Swiss Army knives ahead. There are certain eras in American history that define us, where fortunes were made, rules were broken,
and legends, they were born. This was an age of outlaws and lawmen.
The business is done here.
Some were heroes, some were villains. And that's where the fun begins.
Best start free. Smart. That's weed.
This is Outlaws and Lawmen, now streaming on Fox Nation.
I was scared when I was told age-related macular degeneration could jeopardize my vision. It was hard, but taking Preservision was easy.
Preservision has the exact clinically proven AREDS2 formula recommended by the NEI.
I'm taking control like millions of others.
Life insurance is too important to put off another day. That's why SelectQuote makes getting coverage you need easy. Now get up to a $2 million policy with no medical exam and same-day coverage.
Visit SelectQuote.com now.
Somebody would ask for something and she would just walk right past them. She didn't know they were talking to her.
I just could not hear.
I think I'm okay for now.
Because of my short hair, but nobody even sees them.
Our nearly invisible hearing aids are just one reason we've been a brand leader for over 75 years.
When I finally could hear for the first time, I could hear everything.
Call Miracle Ear at 1-800-234-7090 and schedule your free hearing evaluation today.
Right now, someone could be listed as the owner of your home and stealing thousands of dollars of your hard-earned equity.
Anybody who owns property should worry about home title theft. There's no other crime that is so easy, so quick, and so lucrative.
Your home, your equity, and your peace of mind can all be stolen in one fell swoop by home title thieves like Matthew Cox.
Nobody thinks that I can take their house. Nobody thinks that.
Believe it or not, a single-page document is all it takes to transfer proof of ownership out of your name.
People think, well, there's a whole huge process, but the truth is, it's a one-page document.
But it still must get through one final barrier, the county clerk.
When someone comes in with fraudulent deed, if it's notarized and all the spaces are filled in, we, by statute, have to accept it. We cannot give it back to them and say, we know this is fraudulent, we're not going to file it. That's against the law.
It's a false sense of security. It's not real. Bottom line is, yes, it happens. And we can't stop it from happening.
And it only takes once for it to sting you. And it's a very sad thing to watch.
You put your love in the house, and all of a sudden, it might not be yours. It's a devastating crime.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock will monitor your title nonstop, alerting you to suspicious activity.
Your warning notice that this first step has happened, you can stop the rest.
Meet Terry. He signed up for Home Title Lock and was immediately alerted to suspicious activity.
So I received it saw, hey, I have a lien against my property that I didn't know about. We got it fixed right away.
And if you call in the next 15 minutes and mention promo code LOCKIN, you'll receive your first 30 days absolutely free.
What would it do to your life if you lost your property? I mean, there's no part you can put on that.
Go online or call now, 1-800-938-4485. Emily, Harris, and Kaylee, they're taking on the hot topics with powerful perspective and smart insight you'll only get on Outnumbered, weekdays at 12 on Fox News Channel.
Last 2 years that I've been on my own, it's been really challenging. Or just hope your people can keep up. You know, great agency that I deal with for things like food, keeping the cost of food down, help with toiletries and other necessities that it gets always done with a smile. Thanks to United Wings, you just like myself live in grace and dignity.
Time for war.
It's important that we're local.
But you work in the same place, that very much makes it a local feel.
Because we're able to make meaningful connections with people right here in our community.
It kind of was a joke, but every time I walk in and say it's Corey, they say, Coach Bill Corey, and they just let me through.
is why they wanted to bury him with convictions before Election Day. But now their legal strategy is crumbling. The classified documents case in Florida has been delayed indefinitely, probably won't go to trial until after the election. And if Trump wins, he'll just have it dropped. A big issue in the case is that the FBI brought props to the Mar-a-Lago raid to stage a photo shoot. Remember the picture of Trump's documents spread out on the carpet with cover pages saying "Top Secret" in bright red block letters? The FBI staged that shot and brought with them top secret cover pages, removed some of the Trump documents, and then slapped the top secret cover letters right on top to make it look dramatic. The media ate it up.
The filing includes this stunning photograph, a smattering of highly classified U.S. documents with unmistakably clear top secret and SCI markings laid out on a Mar-a-Lago carpet.
This picture that you have up on the screen right now, it's very hard for the former president to say he didn't know that he had these documents. I don't know how you would possibly make this claim.
In Georgia, an appeals court just sided with Trump and will now rule on whether Fani Willis can be disqualified, which could be a victory for Nathan Wade, the lover boy, since that could mean he and Fani could spend some more time together. And in the January 6th case, it's in limbo, waiting for a Supreme Court decision this summer before things can move on. At this rate, all of these trials may be pushed back until after the election, which leaves only one case, Alvin Bragg's case. And the Democrats are panicking because it's falling apart. Yesterday's Stormy Daniels' salacious hearsay testimony was designed to humiliate the former president. But it turned into such a train wreck, even the media is now admitting it could blow the case up.
The cross-exam, boy, her responses were disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does. That's a big deal. When the witness hates the person whose liberty is at stake, that's a big damn deal.
Stormy Daniels is one of those witnesses that tends to not just answer the question asked, but add her own editorial. And that is a really dangerous thing.
Some of what she said might generate a little sympathy for Trump, because for all today was fascinating, and I'm sure everybody's fascinated, as was I. Most of it's just not relevant.
In case you missed it, that was Jeffrey Toobin offering legal analysis. Jeff Toobin, who allegedly impregnated his own colleague's daughter, refused to take a paternity test, and then bribed her to have an abortion. Toobin also famous for getting caught pleasuring himself on a company Zoom call. In some ways, this campaign against Trump mirrors Grover Cleveland's 1884 election. Cleveland, a Democrat, allegedly fathered an illegitimate child a decade before he ran for president, and it became a rallying cry for Republicans during the campaign. Rallies were booming with chants of "Mom, Mom, where's my pa?" Cleveland won that race by a hair after voters dismissed the sexual indiscretion and eventually went on to become the only U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. 140 years later, Donald Trump's trying to achieve the same feat, as flagged by O'Reilly's No Spin News. Trump denies claims made by Stormy, and it looks like he's on his way back to the White House. Chris Keyes is an attorney representing Donald Trump, and he joins me now. All right, Chris, what's going on down there with these documents?
Well, Jesse, I think what you're seeing is across the board, these cases are starting, as you say, to crumble a bit. Rightly so, because they're rife with misconduct, they're rife with problematic conduct by the prosecution. You have the documents case where now there's allegations that the evidence, the boxes, this is a boxes case, and the evidence has been mishandled. There's no question. I was involved in the original proceeding challenging the search warrant, and there's no question that those photographs were staged. And so now there's questions regarding the status of the evidence in the critical evidence in the case. In the Georgia case, you have an appellate court that's now agreed to review what is, I think, to most Americans, obvious prosecutorial misconduct. So I think that case is falling by the wayside. And now this afternoon, there are allegations and report that Justice Engoron, in the civil case that we tried last fall, that he's under investigation, under an ethics investigation because of inappropriate contact, what's called ex parte communications. And so you wonder at some point, how much can the American legal system withstand? How much further are the Democrats willing to push the envelope to strain the legal system in order to bend it to their will, in order to try and prevent Donald Trump from getting into the White House. What really should have happened is what happened with Grover Cleveland. We should let the voters decide. That's why there's an election. And Donald Trump, if they let the voters decide, I think that's what President Biden is worried about.
He's terrified of it, and that's why he's going so crazy. So Judge Nudy's in trouble. He's under investigation. And what about Fannie? Fannie's now about to be disqueued by the Georgia Court of Appeals.
It looks like it. I mean, certainly it's a welcome sign for those who are in favor of justice in America. It's a welcome sign that the appellate court is willing to undertake this investigation. That's certainly going to stall any trial. I think it's a welcome sign in the civil case that you've got Justice Engoron under some sort of investigation, apparently. This has been a judge that has been left basically unsupervised by the New York State court system for the past 2 years or more. And certainly we need a thorough investigation, just like is currently going to happen in Georgia. And we need a thorough investigation. The judge should be recused in the civil case, and it calls into question the integrity of the entire process.
Sure does. Yeah, Judge Nudy definitely needs more supervision. Everybody's going to agree upon that. Chris Kyle, thank you so much. Not even a law school. I know you're not allowed to take evidence, spread it all around, and then bring stuff from outside and stack it on top of it. Take photos. That I know is not allowed. Thank you so much. That's generally not. Straight ahead. Lets you do that.
Recently, we led the nation in home, but we're still growing so fast. We need to hire more builders to keep up. So I'm pitching in. Southside is the freest state of the nation. We have no state income tax, and we offer rent. So you here's great.
So it's killing. Real works here.
What do I call that, Skyline?
This summer, come building trivia competition. The greatest paintball live.
Putting on some coffee. English.
For gentle, dependable constipation relief, try Seneca. It works differently than other laxatives because it's made from the senna plant, a natural vegetable laxative. Gentle, dependable Seneca. Also available in delicious gummies.
Over 13 million Americans were affected by identity theft in 2022, and the threats are more. If you're a victim of identity theft, LifeLock works to fix it on your behalf, backed by the $1 million protection package. Enroll now. In costumes and show-stopping it's non-stop next week. Stays on Fox and watch it go. Do we have your attention yet? Is this the new face of the great American race? Is this how you dance on the razor's edge? How you find a diamond in the desert? How you beat this blessed the last man standing? Who's gonna attack for the rest of the battle? Last question. Are you not entertained? The Goodyear 400 from Darlington on FS1.
There are over 75 million monthly Tubi viewers. That's more people than get divorced every year. Which means Tubi is more popular than saying things you'll never be able to take back. More popular than moving into a sad motel by the airport. More popular than when ex-husband's stupid face. Tubi, it's more popular than divorce.
CIDP disrupts.
CIDP derails.
Let's be honest.
CIDP sucks. But living with CIDP
doesn't have to.
When you sign up at ShiningThroughCIDP.com, you'll find inspiration and real patient stories, helpful tips, reliable information, and more.
CIDP can be tough,
but finding hope
just got a little easier.
Sign up at ShiningThroughCIDP.com.
Be heard, be hopeful, be you. I heard brothers Claude, please, dangerous. Get people. It's 1, 2, 3. Call or click today. Get your free gutter inspection on your schedule and get leak filter installed in as little as a few hours. You'll never have to clean out your gutters again. Guaranteed. Get leak filter today. Call 833-LEAK-FILTER or go to leakfilter.com. As easy as 1, 2, 3. At Quince, we think inexpensive, expensive things. We know it sounds like a paradox, but we just strip away luxury. Like washes on mulberry silk, unbelievably soft leather jackets, fine Mongolian cashmere, all at a fair price. Get free shipping and 365-day returns.
For years, we've heard Biden say Trump's a threat to democracy.
This MAGA threat, the threat to the brick and mortar of our democratic institutions. Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundation of our republic.
But a new PBS poll shows a majority of independents think it's Biden who's a threat to democracy. And the media is very upset.
I find it shocking, honestly. I can't, make sense of that number. I wish I could. I wish I had some really great insight to it. But I don't know if it's an outlier or not, because the other numbers with independents and Biden are going in the right direction. So that may be it.
Nothing's going in the right direction for Joe Biden. He's trailing Trump in every single one of the swing state averages. With so many Democrats failing, the campaign needs a backup plan. Find more Democrats. How do they do that, and where do they get them from? Well, Joe Biden ordered every single one of his federal agencies to register new voters. If you visit healthcare.gov, they try to register you to vote. The Department of Interior wants you to register to vote at national parks. If you're in the free lunch program, the USDA persuades your parents to register. And HUD's trying to register homeless people. You see what's happening here, right? Biden's using your tax dollars to register Democrats to vote in the election. You say, wait, Jesse, he wants everyone to register to vote. No. He's targeting people who interact with the federal government, people who are depending on government assistance, families that get food stamps, families in the free lunch program, families that get free health care, homeless people. Is this a demographic that you consider traditionally Republican? I don't know, maybe. It also looks to me like Biden wants as many ballots floating around as possible. Taxpayers, Democrats and Republicans across the country are funding a massive get out the vote project for Biden, whether they like it or not. Just this week, Biden's Small Business Administration got busted running voter registration drives in Michigan. Why Michigan? Well, here's how they explain it. Quote, this partnership will help connect Michiganders to vital voter registration information so that more small business owners can exercise their right to vote. It's not like Michigan doesn't know there's an election. Every time they turn on their TV, there's a campaign ad. And Trump and Biden visit every other week. Where do these voter registration drives take place? Democrat strongholds, not red counties.
Republicans in Congress tried to investigate this and bring the officials in for questions, but the Biden guys blew them off and didn't even show. Fox News contributor and former counselor to President Trump, Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne, this looks shady, is it?
Yes, of course it is. Basically, Joe Biden, again, is listening to the federal government. And in this case, Jesse, to undermine democracy and swing an election his way. Turns out we are uncovering people paying off others to swing an election. And it's not in Alvin Bragg's courtroom. It's on our college campuses. It's working with these nonprofit groups. And as you say, hitting people where they live based on the benefits they receive and trying to say, gee, if you like this, then vote for us, keep us in power. We know why they're doing this, Jesse. They, for the same reason they're prosecuting and overly persecuting Donald Trump. They can't beat him on inflation, the economy, the border, and national security, Ukraine, the Middle East, crime, healthcare, you name the issue. The Democrats are failing and flailing on it. But this is serious stuff because it goes hand in hand with Joe Biden's attempted buy-off of former college students and current college students. Just last week, he forgave $6 billion in student loans of 317,000 graduate art students. You combine the Get Out the Vote program by all the government agencies on the college campuses with the student loan forgiveness, you got a president not paying $130,000 to a poor person. I don't say star because that's an opinion and I don't share it. I have no basis to form it. But you combine that. And you know what, Jesse? Here's what's scary about it. We won't know if all this works until it's too late. Until it's too late. When you see all these shenanigans, the mechanics, the process, the ballot harvesting and early vote, as you say, so many ballots floating out, more ballots than people. And it creates chaos and a conundrum for most voters. When should I vote? Where should I vote? How do I vote? Did I vote? Should I not vote? It creates such chaos, and we don't know how things went until all the votes are counted.
Right, and you know, you're right. It's like as you're receiving the transaction for the free stuff from the government, they're saying, oh, with this hand, you take this, and then maybe here's a registration form as I give you this free stuff. You're exactly right. Now, Kamala just said, Kellyanne, that from now until November, you are going to hear her talking a lot about the female anatomy. Listen.
You know, I'm so fed up with this sometimes because, you know, I'm on the road full time talking about this and other issues. When I went to that reproductive clinic, it was a long day, and the press was there, and I said, let me just tell you, you guys are going to have to be ready for this, ready for certain language. And I said very loudly, ovaries. Fallopian tubes, right? Uterus, fibroids. Thank you. It was the funniest thing for me.
Okay, well, at least I might learn something about women following Kamala Harris. But do you think the American voter is ready to hear about fallopian tubes for the next 6 months?
No, of course not. They'll overplay their hand. They finally found something she can actually say, even for more than a minute without a teleprompter. But seriously speaking, they'll overplay this. They gave her, now she's the abortion czar, always with this Russian title, to break an issue. By the way, Kamala Harris makes America's women feel smart. Jesse, thanks for playing that clip, and for no other reason. I just feel smarter than you. All of us women do. Thank you. I like the party. The Republican Party speaks to me from the waist up, where my eyes, my ears, my brain, my heart, and my mouth are. She wants to talk to everybody from the waist down only, and she just proved that.
All right, Kellyanne Conway, thanks so much, and great job on HBO last weekend. That was fun.
Thank you.
Women and sports. Next.
You know, I spend a lot of time thinking about dirt at 3 in the morning.
Any time of day. What people don't know is that not all dirt is the same. You need dirt with the right kind of nutrients. Look at this new organic soil from Miracle Grow.
Everybody should have it. It worked great for us.
This is as good as gold in any garden. If people only knew that it really is about the dirt.
You're a dirt nerd.
Huge dirt nerd. I'm proud of it.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having our $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium My Pillows with all the Giza fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Promo code for our $25 extravaganza. Order $75 and over, your entire order ships absolutely free. Over 13 million Americans were affected by identity theft in 2022. Your information could be used to open loans, transfer home titles, or even commit crimes.
I had almost 20 accounts opened in my name. It was terrifying. I never dreamed it would happen to me.
Only LifeLock alerts you to the widest volume of threats all in one place. And if you're focusing on your accounts, all backed by the $1 Million Protection Package. Enroll now. Please go ahead.
I go into a lot of things thinking it's not going to work, and I thought usually but it actually worked. More than 700,000 patients have regained their confidence with Newsweek's prescription treatments.
You're hopeless, and then you fall out of it. Look, as we vote as you suddenly feel okay. We're going to get out of it together. That's what Newsweek did.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening. Stormy Daniels back on the stand. Inside her latest testimony and what to expect from the defense's cross-examination. Jesse covers the latest on Trump's New York trial tomorrow on Primetime.
What if your body didn't have to hurt after being active? Introducing
My goal is to reintegrate into society as soon as possible. I'm not insane.
Kill confirmed. That's how it's done. We need to clear the area of any remaining hostiles. We can't allow them to recover the criminal's body.
Clubs, and churches in every province and territory across Canada. Squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play, and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
The program of because I and other kids were going to sleep those that. So I was looking for a way and find some program that they see support of United Way. I'm able to achieve my dreams and become a doctor.
Joe Biden's open table for illegals? Big hit. Migrants have tried to use it more than 64 million times to come into the country. Here's how it works. Migrants travel from all over the world to Mexico and then download the app. They literally camp out in Mexico City and just wait for a reservation to break into the country. Investigative journalist Nick Shirley went there to see how Biden's border app's working. Who's waiting for us on the other side? Watch.
Inside the encampment, one of the migrants had just received her appointment to go to the United States.
Right, so they just received, through the CBP One app, they received their date to leave and they're leaving today. Hoy día se van.
Sí, a las 7 tenemos el vuelo primera vez.
¿Toman un vuelo? ¿Quién paga por el vuelo? ¿Ustedes o el gobierno de España?
I like that hollow targeting.
Nosotros solo nos sale la cita y tenemos que ver cómo buscar dinero para vuelo, porque en camión, en bus es más peligroso porque migración a uno a veces hasta le rompe la cita.
¿Cuánto tiempo van a estar esperando por la cita?
Casi los 4 meses ya ahora.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevan viviendo aquí? 6 meses aquí.
Not everybody in the camp is happy to see Nick walking around, filming, and they let him know.
And do you hope that your life will be better in the United States, or what's your plans?
Alright, someone just threw some alcohol at me. These people are coming here with or without Biden's app. They already made it to Mexico. What's a few more months? Investigative journalist Nick Shirley joins me now. Nick, what kind of drink was that?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that drink. That was not very good. It was alcohol and they threw it right in my back.
Oh, that's too bad. So these people are just making reservations to break the law?
Yeah, well, basically they're actually doing their best to follow the law because the app that Joe Biden has created has let them sign up once they get to Mexico, and then from there they can go to the United States if they receive their app. But over 64 million people have requested to come into America, so that's a pretty big backline for these migrants to be waiting in Mexico City.
What are the accommodations like? I'm probably pretty certain Mexico's not thrilled with the entire world just kind of waiting there before they come into the United States.
Yeah, the Mexicans are upset too because they're taking up the resources, and it's all because Joe Biden's letting these migrants come and giving them the hope that their lives can be better here in the United States. And while they're waiting inside Mexico City or Mexico, they're living in horrible situations, 6 to 7 people in a tent. And it's very sad, honestly, to see that all these people are coming just because they have the hope of making it to the United States.
Nick, why can't they just apply for asylum from their home country? Why do they have to go all the way to Mexico, download an app to do it?
Yeah, I think it's all created chaos that Joe Biden wants these people to come to America, and he wants them to come through an app, and that way it looks better on him, making it look more legal for these people to come into the United States.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shell game, so it doesn't run his numbers up. Are most of these people like, I've been here too long, I'm going north?
Yeah, there's not a single person that's not going to the United States. Right. And a lot of them have been waiting for 6 months or whatever, and a lot of them told me, well, if we don't get it, we're just going to go. We're going to cross the border.
They're not illegal immigrants, according to the White House. They're just newcomers. And it's, we're just making reservations for some newcomers. Nick, thanks very much. You're very brave. Next time, just turn around and open your mouth, and maybe you'll get a cocktail.
Thanks, Jesse.
It's Wednesday, time for Cooler. Let's bring in Fox News host Julie Banderas. All right, Julie, the first child, it's an important one, you know, when the wife is pregnant. It's a big moment when you want to go to the hospital. You can't miss it, even if it's the playoffs. Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert missed Game 2 of the second round to witness the birth of his child, and not everyone's happy about it.
That's the baby, bro. Ain't gonna be there when you get back. Whatever you about to think you about to do with the baby, he gonna be sweet. I get that. You want to be with your wife and smile and stuff, and you're good NBA healthcare insurance. Right. It's because of you playing. So first child is not as important as Game 2 of second round playoff game.
All right. So I would not do that. I would not miss. You're in the second round. Your team's never won a title. Schedule a C-section.
Wait, are you freaking kidding me? Do you not understand what would happen to you if you missed that birth of your firstborn?
What's
or
the worst
second
thing?
or third?
What? Is she going to divorce me? I'm an NBA star making millions of dollars.
I don't think so. Yeah, no. I mean, if you want a divorce or if you want to lose all your genitalia, then sure. Go to that game. That would be the stupidest thing you could ever do, to not be there for
She wants a girl. She wants a girl. There will be genitalia that will remain.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. You were there for the birth of your child. You can't. The mother can't skip out on the birth. Why should the father? That's
really, it's a son. The son, when it grows up, would want the father to play in Game 2.
You should care to be there for the firstborn.
All right, it's the playoffs. You don't even know what the playoffs mean.
No, what is that? Baseball?
We'll talk about it later. Now, so it's playoffs for basketball and hockey. There are games pretty much every night of the week, which is why you need to DVR primetime. And girlfriends getting tired of it.
My boyfriend keeps texting me like, oh, where should we watch Game 6 tonight? Like, where should we watch the game? Like, what game? I thought the Masters was finished. Pretty sure the Super Bowl, I watched that already too. Like, pretty sure the Super Bowl's done. Like, what now, huh? Can a girl not just go for dinner without a game? Without the little iPhone and those 6 screens on? Like, what are you talking about? Does it ever end?
Is that how you feel?
No, I actually can't stand sports. So, I mean, I do sympathize for all women who are dating somebody who is obsessed with sports.
We all are. I mean, don't you realize life revolves around football?
I did not realize
you have
that.
college football on Saturday, then you got football on Sunday. Now you have it on Monday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Then you have playoffs in January. Then you have the Super Bowl. Then you get a little respite, and then you have March Madness.
Can't you just record it and watch it while we're sleeping?
No, you have
watch
to see it
while
live.
Screw it.
Then you know who wins.
Who does it live, Jesse? Nobody. Watch it on DVR.
That shit, they don't understand it. It's not like Real Housewives. Yeah, everyone's gonna know who won, except you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Mother's Day's Sunday. Oh boy. Moms everywhere expecting some quality family time, relaxation, some gifts. Only problem is no one knows what to get their mom. What do women actually want for Mother's Day?
We want nothing. We want to sleep. Just leave us alone. We want silence, we want privacy, and we do not want you near us.
What if there's a gift? Are flowers acceptable?
Flowers are always acceptable, but it shouldn't be at Mother's Day. It should be like at least once a month. I don't want a holiday for flowers.
Okay.
That's annoying.
So no flowers.
Just give me my sleep. I don't even need you to feed me. I don't need you to do anything. Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Leave me the heck alone.
Okay.
That's what I want on Mother's Day.
Okay, I'm going to try that. See how that works out.
Try it. No, actually.
And then I'll say Julie. She'll take Julie told me to do it.
This is not the advice for you. You personally, you need to get your butt out there, get the flowers, make her breakfast in bed, and service her. And don't watch any sports.
Service her, I think she means.
What I mean by
breakfast in
that
bed.
is lunch and dinner.
Got it.
And dessert.
Thank you, Julie. You're not going to believe what the Boy Scouts just changed their name to. Right back.
Excellent. Okay, let's save this.
There are certain eras in American history that define us, where fortunes were made, rules were broken, and legends, they were born. This was an age of outlaws and lawmen.
The business is done here.
Some were heroes, some were villains. And that's where the fun began.
Let's start free. U.S. Marshal. Badass we.
This is Outlaws and Lawmen, now streaming on Fox Station.
When enamel is gone, you cannot get it back, but you can repair it with Pronamel Repair. It penetrates deep into the tooth to actively repair acid-weakened enamel. I recommend Pronamel Repair. With new Pronamel Repair mouthwash, you can enhance that repair beyond brushing. They work great together.
A heart attack? Do they have life insurance?
No,
But we have life insurance. John.
I'm trying to find something we can afford.
Fortunately, in only a few minutes, SelectQuote found John a $500,000 policy for only $29 a month, and his wife Anne a $500,000 policy for only $21 a month. Go to SelectQuote.com now and get the insurance your family needs
at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
A wide leaf filter? It's well designed, efficient. I appreciate
Excellent. Let's save this.
It keeps debris out of your gutters for good.
Guaranteed. What more could you ask for?
We'll see you guys next time, alright? See ya.
Wire Force Factor vitamin is so popular at Walmart. It uses the highest quality ingredients to deliver powerful, healthy results from delicious and convenient supplements. That's why friends and family recommend Force Factor. Rush to Walmart and unleash your potential.